Greetings all, thedvsmonkey here. Today I'm trying some new stuff that's kind of old and completely overdone. So I wanted to do some B-roll of, well, whatever, and I thought, why not do the most overdone B-roll thing ever, and that's make coffee. So without further ado, let's make some coffee. And there you go. That's me making coffee. The other thing that I decided to do today was to film in 4K. So that entire coffee sequence is done in 4K, as high as I can get the 6600 to go, and this is all in 4K. The other thing that I noticed when I put the camera in 4K and hooked up my FeelWorld external monitor is that the monitor is on and showing an image, but so is the screen on the camera. Normally, if I'm in HD, as soon as I plug in the monitor, the image goes away from the back of the camera. But the big difference is that on the back of the camera, all the information is there, the grid, all the settings and everything, but on the monitor, now it's just straight picture. The other thing that I'm noticing that I can see on the monitor, but I cannot see with my naked eye, is behind me, I took that aperture, that thing, and I angled it as far as I could on those two little angle brackets that I have so that it's shooting up and out rather than straight into the back of my melon, just so that it gives a little bit more blue back there, because I kind of dig the whole blue on black thing. I think it looks good, but what I'm seeing on the monitor is that it looks like the aperture light and the hue light, Hugo, it's shimmering, it's flashing at random intervals. And when I turn around and watch it with my unaided eye, I cannot see that happening. So I'm anxious to see once I get this off the camera, into the editor, if you can see that in the footage. If so, I don't know why it's doing that all of a sudden, given that the only change that I did was move to 4K. So we're gonna have to figure that out. The other thing that I did today was I decided not to wait for my whole deal to go through with KEH. They're gonna give me what they give me for those lenses, and I know I'm gonna buy the frickin', the other lens anyway. So today I ordered the 70-200 2.8 G Master lens from B&H, and it was only 16 bucks to have it overnighted. So I'm gonna get that tomorrow. It comes with a UV filter that'll do for now, and then I also went to Amazon and I ordered a filter set that has a UV filter, a polarizer, like a circular polarizer, and I think it's a 4-stop ND filter. Otherwise, I've just been running around here today, getting packages and doing this and doing that. Okay, I'm gonna have to admit this. I've been watching YouTube videos on the new Sony A7S III. And all the stuff that I talked about before, and I said, I will give myself this disclaimer. I did say, we'll see what, the A7S III, if it ever comes out, what it looks like on specs and all that kind of stuff, on whether or not I would even consider getting it. Holy crap, the unicorn has arrived. That camera is amazing. Every video I've watched on it, from Potato Jet, Peter Lindgren, Camera Conspiracies, I got a bunch more to watch tonight. The camera's amazing. It literally is everything that everybody has been waiting 5 years for. The camera is amazing. On paper, it's amazing, and even from what people are showing, it's amazing. And I'm actually shocked that it's only 3,500 bucks. That's not unreasonable. I would have thought that it would have been at least 45. I thought it would have been 1,000 bucks more for what you're getting. You can buy that camera and you can use it out of box. Because most people already have Sony cameras, Sony lenses and everything. They already have compact flash cards, Jesus, SD cards, all that stuff. And it'll work with all that. That you won't be able to do the maximum stuff unless you get those CF Express cards, but you can use the camera with what you've got now, and still, it's amazing. By the time the Sony gets here, you'll be able to do the highest, 4K stuff that they've got in there. But I mean, it's what everybody asked for. It's like they went down a list of everything that everybody's been bitching about for 5 years, and they're like, okay, let's put that in, let's put that in, let's put that in. So the articulating screen, which I don't really care for because I actually do like the screen on the A6600 the best out of anyone I've ever used. But okay, articulating screen, 4K up to 120 with autofocus, including eye autofocus. It's only got the 12 megapixel sensor, so it is going to be a freaking low light beast, just like its predecessor, the A7S II. you can use normal SD cards and CF Express cards, you know, to do the high stuff. So again, like there isn't anything about this camera that sucks. New menu system, although again, I don't mind the menu system. Just make a My Menu with the stuff that you use and quit bitching. But you know, the other thing is that on the articulating screen, it's also touchscreen now. You can do everything touch-wise on the screen, and everybody's been whining about that too. So new menu, touchscreen for everything, articulating screen, 4K, 24, 30, 60, and 120. You can do 10-bit 422 in camera, all that stuff. You can use an Atomos Ninja 5 for anything else through HDMI, full-size HDMI. I mean, the list is unending. It is a spectacular camera, and it's only $3,500. Good freaking luck trying to get one. You know, you can pre-order them now, but holy shit, everybody's gonna be buying those. Every person that you watch on YouTube that has talked about that, or that has the A7S II or the A7 III, or they bought an A7 or 4, you know, in the meantime, or whatever, they're all going to be buying those cameras, man. You're going to have a hell of a time finding those. It's just like when I was going to get the A7 III, it was 8 months before I could get one, and I ended up getting an A7 II, an A7R2, whatever. Okay, amazing camera. If that's your thing, and if video is your thing, it hands down will be the YouTubing video camera for the latter part of 2020 and beyond. I mean, again, people are still using the A7S II for 5 years, and it's still an amazing camera, but now you get everything that everybody ever wanted, plus the bigger battery. It's got a passive cooling system. I mean, again, I could sit here for the entire video and go on and on. That's all I wanted to talk about. More tweaks with the lighting, going with 4K just to see what the difference is, doing coffee B-roll, and talking about that I ordered the 70 to 200. I will have that lens tomorrow. I will be testing it, and I will film about it. I don't know if that video will come out tomorrow. More than likely, it'll be Thursday's video because I'm gonna want the day to play with it, and that all depends. I mean, if it gets delivered, you know, in the morning, then I've got all day. But if it doesn't get delivered until like right before the UPS store closes, then I won't be able to play with it as long. So thank you for joining me, as always. Like, subscribe, and all that shit. And remember, kids, forward and up.